Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lara J Talks Fashion. I'm your host, Elira Stone, and today we're diving into a color that's as bright as a summer's day yellow. With me is the wonderful Lara J herself. Lara, thanks for joining us again.
Hi, Elira. I'm thrilled to be here today to chat about yellow. It's a color that really means a lot to me, both personally and professionally. It's like a splash of happiness whenever I see it.
Absolutely. Yellow has this incredible energy about it. I mean, it's one of those colors that just seems to resonate with joy and positivity, right? But there's also so much history and psychology tied to it. Why do you think yellow has such an impact on fashion and how it's perceived?
That's a great question, Elira. Yellow has historically been associated with optimism and enlightenment. It's interesting how different cultures interpret yellow. For instance, in China, it's connected to royalty and has a sacred presence, while in the West, it's more often linked to cheerfulness and energy.
It's fascinating how color perception varies so widely across cultures. Do you think that we, as consumers, are naturally drawn to the vibrancy of yellow in clothing?
Definitely. Yellow is invigorating, and it stands out. From a retail perspective, it's a color that can captivate attention, especially in the digital space. Our clothes on the Lara J site, when they feature yellow, often perform quite well in terms of visibility and engagement simply because they pop on screen.
Oh, that's intriguing. I remember reading something about yellow being one of the most attention-grabbing colors for marketing. Do you see that reflected in your e-commerce strategies at Lara J?
Absolutely. When we feature yellow pieces prominently, they draw more clicks and views, which can lead to conversions. But it's not just about being noticed, it's also about making people feel a certain way. A pop of yellow in a neutral wardrobe can inject something fresh and lively.
Very true. And you know, I've seen firsthand how Lara J pairs shades of yellow with other colors in some wonderful combinations. Could you share some insights on how you recommend our listeners to style different shades of yellow?
Of course. There's so much versatility. A warmer mustard yellow can look phenomenal with deeper hues like navy or burgundy, bringing a sophisticated touch to any outfit. For something more playful, pastel yellows work great with other pastels or even whites and light grays for a fresh spring look.
Oh, I love that combo. Mustard and navy just scream chic, don't they? And speaking of playful touches, what do you think about adding yellow through accessories?
Accessories are a fantastic way to experiment with yellow, especially if someone is hesitant about wearing it head to toe. Think about a yellow scarf, bag, or even just a pair of yellow shoes. They're subtle but can add such a burst of energy to an otherwise monochrome outfit.
Yes, definitely. Accessories are like the cherry on top. It's making me think of my own wardrobe now, and how I might add a few more yellow accents. On that note, have you noticed any particular yellow pieces at Lara J that seem to be customer favorites?
Actually, yes. There's this yellow midi dress with a floral print that our customers adore. The combination of yellow with subtle floral patterns gives it both an elegant and playful vibe. It's perfect for everything from garden parties to casual weekends.
That sounds delightful. I'll have to check it out. It seems yellow also has this magical ability to transform according to different fabrics and patterns, wouldn't you say?
Exactly. In silk, yellow is luxurious, but in cotton or linen, it becomes casual and breezy. That's what I love about fashion context can completely change the narrative of a color.
Fashion is indeed such a dynamic field. Lara, looking at the broader trends in fashion, do you see yellow being a staple in the coming seasons, considering its rising popularity?
I do. It's been taking the runway by storm, and even our own collections have featured more yellow due to its demand. Plus, in uncertain times, people often gravitate towards colors that uplift them, and yellow certainly does that.
That's so true. There's something comforting about wearing a color that feels like a bit of sunshine. Before we wrap up, any final thoughts or advice for our listeners wanting to embrace more yellow?
I would say don't be afraid to experiment. Start small if it feels daunting, maybe try a yellow hat or a pair of earrings first. And most importantly, have fun with it. Fashion should feel good, just like the warmth of sunshine on your skin.
Wise words indeed. Thank you, Lara, for sharing your insights and stories. It's always a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Elira. It's been wonderful to talk about one of my favorite colors with you today.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Don't forget to check out some beautiful yellow pieces at Lara J Fashion. Until next time, remember to keep shining brightly just like a sunbeam.